Hey, what's up everyone? This is Steven here with a review of the Samsung Galaxy S5. Samsung's high-end flagship phone for 2014 that is the follow-up to last year's Galaxy S4. The phone is currently competing with the likes of the iPhone 5S, the HTC One M8, and the Sony Xperia Z2. Overall, the phone features minor, incremental improvements from the S4, reminiscent of Apple's approach with their releases. A good comparison being the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 5S. The S5 was released on April 11, 2014. So to start, here's some basic information about the S5. It comes in 4 colors: gold, white, black, and blue. The hardware includes a 2.5 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 801 processor, 2 GB of RAM, and an Adreno 330 GPU. Also a 16 megapixel camera compared to the 13 megapixel from the S4. A bright and bold 5.1-inch 1080p Super AMOLED display, which comes in at a resolution of 1920 by 1080, giving you 432 pixels per inch. There's a new heart rate monitor optical sensor on the back of the phone that integrates with Samsung's S Health application for tracking fitness, which aims to address the emerging hot trend of fitness with mobile devices. There's a fingerprint sensor in the home button for unlocking the device. It's water resistant and dust proof like the S4 Active was as a standard feature. There's a larger battery at 2800 milliamps. A USB 3.0 charge port that is still compatible with your old USB 2.0 charging cords. As for software, it includes Samsung's latest version of the TouchWiz interface, which is layered on top of Android 4.4.2 KitKat. Samsung is still offering expandable memory with now up to 128 GB with a micro SD card. And internal storage starts at 16 gigabytes and goes up to 32 gigabytes. It has a lightweight of 5.1 ounces and is 8.1 millimeters thin. The S5 is available for all carriers, and I'll have a link in the description below for pricing. Here's the S4 sitting to the left, and you'll notice a small physical size difference and a slightly larger bezel around the S5 display. Both look very similar to each other and feel about the same in the hand. A few other differences here are the soft touch, removable rear cover that has dimples instead of the shiny, slippery rear piece of the S4. As far as buttons, there's now a back, home, and multitasking button in place of the capacitive menu button on the bottom left. There's that larger battery by 200 milliamps. The S5 display is a bit brighter with more pop and a dynamic look. Both have the rounded corner design, and once again a USB 3.0 port instead of the 2.0 port on the S4. A slight drop in pixel density from 441 ppi to 432 ppi, which most people will never notice as the displays are still both very sharp. And the new 16 megapixel shooter in the S5 allows for 4K video recording, just like the Note 3. So taking a quick look at the hardware, the phone has a sleek, premium plastic feel to it with the rimmed chrome edging. At the bottom, you have the USB 3 charge port for faster charge times and transfer rates when plugged in via USB to a computer. The cover gives it that IP67 rating for dust and water protection and allows the phone to be submerged in water at up to 3 feet for 30 minutes. Along the left-hand side, you have the volume keys, which have a nice tactile feel to them. Up top, you have the 3.5mm headphone jack, along with a microphone and IR blaster that allows you to control your TV. On the right-hand side, you have the power/standby key and a single speaker on the backside. The latest version of TouchWiz in the S5 is flatter and toned down, with a slight improvement in snappiness and fluidity, and with less lag. The Snapdragon processor allows the software to zip along pretty much stutter and lag free, which was an issue for TouchWiz versions of the past for some. There's a new look to the drop-down and settings menus, as well as the home screen. And just an FYI, the settings menu has 61 items in it, so changing the viewing option to a list format may help out. TouchWiz also includes an ultra power saving mode to further extend your battery life. When enabled, all non-essential processes are disabled and the screen switches to only rendering in white on black. Samsung claims that with ultra power saving mode on, an S5 with 10% charge remaining can last for an additional 24 hours in standby mode. This could be really useful in a situation where you find yourself without access to a charger for an extended period of time. The newly included fingerprint sensor in the home button can be used to unlock the phone and download apps in the Samsung store. Third-party developers may offer fingerprint functionality in their apps sometime in the future. Currently, PayPal will be providing integrated support for the sensor to authenticate online purchases and mobile payments. To use the fingerprint sensor, you simply swipe a finger down over the home button. So far, Apple's Touch ID in the iPhone 5S is just a little bit easier to use and has a simpler way of reading your skin compared to the Samsung's method of swiping down. Definitely one of the highlights of the S5 is the 16 megapixel camera. It's one of the best cameras in the premium smartphone class and shoots awesome video, including the ability to shoot at 4K. The only downside being that 4K does not offer image stabilization, while the rest of the resolutions do. The interface for the most part is very intuitive and really easy to use. The camera offers a whopping 27 options to choose from, including HDR, so you can definitely tweak your shots. The shots that the camera produces are great. Provided there's good lighting, you get great colors and great detail throughout, and the focus is very quick. I'll leave some photo samples and a 4K video snippet shot with the S5 to show off some of the camera's ability and quality. For those that love the different camera modes the S4 offered, those are back, or if you just want something that has just a little more to show off, you've got a few modes to choose from. There's the beauty mode, shot and more, panorama, virtual tour, and dual camera. Here are those promised samples shot with the S5. Overall, the S5 is a great package, and arguably Samsung's best smartphone to date. It's a solid device and is going to be extremely popular and a big seller. It does all things really well, and the inclusion of water resistance is awesome as so many people fear getting their phones wet. This option provides some security. It's awesome of Samsung to still provide the options of expandable storage and a removable battery. The display is hands down one of the best to look at and provides an awesome experience that you simply have to see for yourself, and I think the S5 is the perfect form factor and size for my liking. I also like the new look and functionality of TouchWiz compared to previous versions, although I'd have to say HTC still provides my favorite looking Android skin. I love the feel of the home button. It's solid and responds consistently every time. The plastic body may be an issue for some, but to me the phone feels great and I barely even noticed it when using the phone. Also, the speaker for audio is a little underwhelming compared to something like the HTC One M8's boom speakers, but then again that's the case with most phones compared to the M8. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. I'll see you in the next one.